It's that special time of year when Halloween finally comes out at the thrift stores. I don't know how long it's been out at y'all's thrift stores, but mine was seriously delayed this year. I feel like in comparison with how early they start putting that stuff out, especially in retail stores. But here we are, late September, everything's finally out, and I have quite a nice little Halloween haul for you guys.
Alrighty.
Now there are a few items here that I picked up for me. I don't anticipate that this bird would be worth anything much selling online, but I just thought it was so beautiful. Very Day of the Dead style, sugar skull, black crow. It does take batteries and turns on. I'm sure this lights up here and the battery compartment is missing. Somehow they still wanted $3, and I don't know what's crazier, them wanting $3 for this without the battery compartment or me paying it. I just thought it was really beautiful, and to be honest with you, it's probably gonna go right here for the duration of the spooky season. Another item that I picked up for me was this cute little, it's like a little ghost crock, but it's a votive holder, and you can see it's got a little bit of soot on it. Looks like originally these were sold at Walmart for $5 a piece. There is a second one around here somewhere. I'm honestly not sure where I put it, and I don't even know how it's out of my sight. It was just right here. I don't know, maybe it's haunted. But I picked these up. I just think that they're absolutely adorable. Definitely keeping those. I got these for $1 a piece. So normally $5 at Walmart, $1 at the thrift store. You absolutely can't beat it. Classic Halloween decor. At our local thrift store, they put all of the masks and the hats and everything in like these big totes, like the type of totes you would hold your inventory or your own Halloween decorations at your house in. And they are 50 cents, 25 cents. Rarely is anything even $1 in there. And every single year I find gems in there. This was just laying on top of the mask. I saw it and I was like, if that is not a Ben Cooper style mask, I don't know what it is. But here's the crazy part, all right? I don't even know if the people in my house are familiar with this character, but everyone except for me knew exactly who this was. So I want you guys to look at this and comment below. You got like 10 seconds to comment who this is, all right? Because I'm about to tell you, but I need you to comment first. This is the honor system. I just want to know, does everyone on the planet know who this is except for me? Because I had to use my trusty Google lens, aim it at this mask, because I just knew that it looked vintage. It looked Ben Cooper style. Ben Cooper is fantastic in the way of vintage Halloween costumes. And then I found out that, here we go, 3, 2, 1, it's He-Man. You can see that there are some rips and tears at the base of this mask, but in finding out that it was He-Man, a little misshapen, albeit, he's worth about $25 over on eBay. Now he's worth $25 in better condition, so can I possibly get $15, maybe $18 out of him? I'll try to keep it under 20, but I think that I did pretty well because I was prepared to pay about 50 cents for this. When I got to the counter, I said, I want this mask. I got it with the, in the bin of masks and hats. And she said, oh honey, that's not worth anything. Look, that's trash. And she almost grabbed it and pulled it. And she goes, that's trash, that's broke. Why do you want that? I said, well, I still like it. And she said, no, that's trash. And I was just so glad that I saw it before she did and this thing didn't wind up in the trash. I guarantee you someone had this He-Man costume as a kid and would love to own this, even damaged. I'm wondering though if there's any way I can reshape this. I did recently sell a Heckle and Jekyll costume that was severely damaged and more misshapen than this. It did have the box and it did have the whole costume. I sold it for $50. Now the He-Man one, if you have the box, if you have the whole costume, you're looking at between $50 and $70. But again, if I could get like 15 to 18 bucks out of this, I'll be thrilled, because after she declared it trash, she gave it to me for free. She said, I'm not gonna charge you anything for that. That's an absolute win. Then I looked in the bottom of my cart and I said, I didn't even realize this was in there. And I had this little, was it a tablecloth? Exactly what it is. I start unfolding it. I'm seeing Sesame Street and it says, trick or treat. It's a door cover, you guys. So there's the first half of it. I'm sitting down, so I have to show it to you in parts here. Here's the bottom part of the door cover. Super cute. She said $1/4, so I paid $1/4 for this. Looks like new. They sell for about $7.50. for that reason, I mean, this is in perfect condition. I'm not gonna list this on eBay. I'm taking this to a Halloween whatnot show because I'll probably start it at like $2 or something over there. So if someone was to pay shipping on that, if they already have ordered something, their shipping's free, definitely worth purchasing from me for like $2. So my whatnot is always linked. There's also always linked $15 free to spend on whatnot. If you've never shopped whatnot, $15 on my store, your brother's store, your cousin's store, a store, someone that you never met before, you can spend it anywhere on whatnot, but it's $15 free. It's always linked in the description, and I really appreciate you guys clicking on links like that, affiliate links that help keep the information on this channel free as always. Here's another item I may bring directly to whatnot. I found this little ghost bucket with a St. Louis Rams helmet. Now I'm in Southeast Missouri, so of course he has a St. Louis Rams helmet. We could market this LA Rams now, you know, they're no longer in St. Louis, but it's a little bucket. It has a wire, is that wire? Maybe like a jute style holder here. This is like plaster. This is not a plastic candy bucket. This is more for decoration. Made in China, but look, they only wanted 50 cents for this. So I'll probably be taking this over to whatnot as well. May start it at like $5. Things like that that I can pick up relatively inexpensively and flip really quickly over on whatnot. That is the name of the game over there. So if I can bring something really cheap, otherwise this thing, well, some like it appear to be listed over on eBay for around $30 a piece. If you like the St. Louis Rams, you definitely want to show up in my Halloween whatnot. Just a little preview of some of the items that'll be there. Here's another one I will definitely be bringing to whatnot. It is this little needle point. I think that's what this is called. Like a needle point jack-o'-lantern. 50 cents on this. I just thought it was absolutely adorable. Lots of people in listing photos that I saw online were putting plastic forks. And you set this out at your party for 50 cents. Again, I can afford to start this, you know, $1, $2, maybe even do a buyer's appreciation giveaway on that Halloween show. When you can pick things up for a few quarters, that definitely just makes sense. A couple more items I want to show you guys before I get into some really cool stuff that I found that I was not expecting to find. If you do not like clowns, you may want to skip over this next one. You may want to just look away and close your eyes, and I'll announce to you as soon as the clown is off the screen, but I am going to show it now in 3, 2, 1. Never mean to scare anybody. I'm sorry. I realize how creepy he looks. I hid these from my son because he definitely does not like things like this. But these are yard stakes. I say these because there's 4 of them. Gonna show them just for a second longer, and then anyone who is not into clowns, okay, you can look now. I have them put away. Now those, they were originally on a wire, on a string, connected. They're electronic. Their eyes light up. They make noises. Someone snipped the wires. I thought they were 50 cents a piece, but I'm looking now and they say $1.50, so I'm honestly not sure. I may have paid $6 for that whole bundle, which was probably too much. Wouldn't be too much if you were going to decorate with them, but $1.50 a piece might have been too much. I will be bringing those to my whatnot as well. Again, they no longer light up. They're strictly yard stakes, but they're pretty daggum cool yard stakes if you're into decorating with that type of scary. Then I found, now these were only $2. There it is, $2 price tag. Look at this vintage string of little pumpkin sculptures is how everyone is detailing this online. I don't think these were ever even used because look, it still has the bag of lights. They light up orange and white, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 on this strand. Part of me kind of wants to keep these and decorate with these. I really like them, so I'm torn. I need you guys to tell me, sell these or decorate with them. They look to be, now I could only find the large 16-inch one. Looked like it was listed and selling around $30 to $35 on eBay. If I brought these to whatnot, I'd probably bring them at like 15 or something, but I'm just thinking, if I hang these up, if I plug these in and they look really, really cool, I may want to keep them for my own house. I really do think that these are neat, but I need you guys to tell me, would you list these or keep these? They're just on a string here, so I could definitely put them on a wall, maybe in the living room or something. I've yet to decorate with all of my Halloween stuff yet this year, so this could be one of the first things I put out other than that bird. Keep or list or whatnot? What would you do? My oldest son was with me in the thrift store this day when we were looking for Halloween stuff, and we saw these little boxes, and I overheard the guy that works there that prices stuff and sets it out saying, those are worth $30. And I thought, oh, here's something that's gonna be overpriced. So I went over there and I looked, and they are these dolls, and he tells me, those are worth $30. They were marked $15, and I say they because there's several of them. He said they're worth 30 bucks. I said, let me look it up and look into it and see if there's anything I can do with these. I looked these up. Every single one of them are sealed, and I was not finding any of them worth $30. I was finding them worth way more than $30. Guys, these living dead dolls, they're worth, some of them, hundreds of dollars. If you get the right living dead doll for $500–600 for a doll. Now, none of the ones that I found were worth quite that much. I have already listed these over on my eBay. I will link that down below in the description also if you guys are interested in these living dead dolls. Most of them I listed around $50. There was one, this one here, Thump. He is listed at $149. The comps were fantastic on these. So I did pay $15 a piece, which means $75 that I spent on these dolls. Did I overspend on that? I certainly hope not. After fees, I should be able to make quite a bit of money. And I feel like the sell-through rate was all right on these as we get closer to Halloween. Definitely hoping that things pick up, but they're super cool, super neat dolls. Look at the face on this one. My favorite does have to be, though, Lydia the Lobster Girl. Lydia the Lobster Girl is definitely vintage looking, and she's pretty creepy. They come with these coffins. Now, of course, the local thrift store took a Sharpie and wrote on the outside of the package on these. And I'm thinking a collector kept these in pristine, sealed condition, donated them in pristine, sealed condition. If they had Sharpie all over them, you would have thrown them out. You would have requested that those not be donated. The very first thing you do is put Sharpie on them. I recently put out a short here on YouTube as well as a reel over my Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, you should be. I'm Rachel Strickland Official over there. But I detailed basically how I got that Sharpie off to where these are in collectible condition. Once again, you can't tell that they ever were marked 15 on the outside of the package. These aren't specifically Halloween, but she is a little bit. I found a Monster High doll, and I never really find Monster High. I don't think she's worth a ton, but I'm going to put her in my next Barbie Whatnot because I've yet to have a Barbie Whatnot that someone doesn't show up asking for Monster High or Rainbow High dolls. Look, I found this one. She has great hair, her boots, like she is absolutely complete, and she has a little jacket that goes with her also. So this is her entire outfit, and she was only $2. I picked her up, and I picked up, these are the OMG or LOL Surprise. That's what they are. Look at her hair. Oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. She was only $2. She has her shoes, she has her stockings, a dress, a jacket. She is complete, you guys. She does have holes in her ears, so I'm not sure if originally she had earrings and maybe they were taken out, but I think she's great. So while I won't make a ton off of these dolls, I'll make a little bit, and I'll make my customers over on Whatnot happy because they're always asking for these type of dolls in addition to the vintage Barbie that I bring. So welcome to the Whatnot show, girls. Lastly, I found these amazing dresses in the Halloween costumes. These are not Halloween costumes. These children's dresses are created by an Australian brand called Doll Cakes. And when I saw them, when I saw the quality, I was like, there's no way. If that's a costume, it's the fanciest costume I have ever seen. This one just sold multiple times over on eBay around $175. The best part is children's Halloween costumes at the thrift store I go to are $2.50 a piece. So I have $7.50 wrapped up into all three of these gowns. This is the brand Doll Cake, and the quality of these is just, I'm telling you guys, absolutely incredible. These are fantastic. Now the sell-through rate on the Doll Cake dresses is not what I had hoped that it would be. I was definitely excited about the prices and didn't necessarily check sell-through. It looks to be only about 10%, but here's my thinking on that. Even if I sold those dresses at $50 a piece, I'll be making 20 times my money. So buying them for $2.50 a piece, I mean, I don't think that I could go wrong there. Which leads me to the bolo of the season, I feel like. Always checking the Halloween costume rack for things that are not Halloween costumes. I pulled pulled a ton of vintage clothes and some really unique items from the racks that are labeled Halloween costumes at my local thrift stores. One time I even pulled some leather chaps. The Halloween costumes are usually priced pretty competitively. Our local mom and pop thrift store, charity thrift shop, they're $2.50 for kids and I think $4 or $4.50 for adults. So yeah, if you find some really amazing vintage piece, or better yet, my son even pulled a military uniform once. So $4.50 for a vintage military uniform, you're going to make your money back on something like that. They're always placing really cool vintage overalls in the Halloween costume section, with people dressing up as scarecrows. I find vintage coveralls there all the time. People dressing up as, I don't know, is it Jason or whoever the guy in the coveralls is? Mike Myers, I don't know. I don't really watch scary movies, guys, but coveralls, overalls, chaps, anything that is clothing but could be considered costume wear, you need to be checking the costume racks at your thrift store, because if you're not, you're leaving money on the table. Those little girls' dresses, I did not go in there looking for. I was looking for Halloween stuff, but I will pick those up for $2.50 anytime. Tell me what your greatest Halloween thrift store find is of all of your Halloween hauls so far this year. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. God bless, and remember, treat your business like your business.